Straykids fanfiction. When your husband keep teasing you until you break your silent treatment. The silence had stretched 3 days. Yen had mastered it by now, the art of moving through shared spaces like a ghost. She could pour her morning coffee without acknowledging Hyunjin across the kitchen island. She could sit beside him. He hated it. Hyunjin, for all his dramatic flair on stage, was a creature of warmth of it. He thrived on her love, her teasing, the way she had rolled her eyes at his antics before breaking into a grin. But 3 days ago he had forgotten their anniversary dinner, not the day. And Yen had snapped, not loudly, that was not her way. She had simply looked at him, said, I don't have anything to say to you right now, and turned the. At first, Hyunjin had given his space. He had left flowers on the counter. He had cooked her favorite jeongin and left a plate covered in the fridge. He had apologized sincerely, repeatedly, with those large, earnest eyes that you. She had eaten the noodles. He had not said thank you. That was day two. By day three, it started small. Yen was reading on the couch when he sat down next to her, closer than necessary, his thigh pressed against her. She did not move, did not look up. He sighed dramatically. This book must be really good, nothing. He leaned over, reading the cover upside down. Romance? Oh, is the male lead handsome? Tell me he's not as handsome as me. Her jaw tightened. She turned a page. Hyunjin grinned, the kind of grin that preceded Jaws. He reached over and gently tugged a strand of her hair, just once, playful. She swatted his hand away. No words. His eyes lit up. 10 minutes later, he had migrated to the kitchen and started humming loudly off-key the chorus of their song, the one they had slow danced at their wedding. He knew what he was doing. Yan clutched. Then came the snakes. He appeared in front of her with a bowl of peeled tangerine, perfectly segmented. He held one up to her lips. Eat, he said softly. She turned her head. He popped it into his own mouth instead, chewing with exaggerated satisfaction. You lost. He sat on the coffee table directly in front of her, close enough that his knees bracketed her. He set the tangerines aside and simply looked at her. Yen, he said quietly, her finger tightened on the book. I know you are mad. You have every right to be. I screwed up. He tilted his head, trying to catch her low. Nothing. Hold the line, she told herself. Hyunjin nodded slowly as if accepting a challenge. Then he reached out and started drawing patterns on her knee with one finger. She did not react. He trailed his finger up to her wrist, tracing the fine vein there. You used to say this tickled, he murmured. She pulled her arm away. He found it again. By hour two of this campaign, he had escalated. He was not touching her in any way she could reasonably call inappropriate, just persistent hand on her lower back when she walked past, a finger tracing along the neckline of her sweater. His chin hooked over her shoulder while he pretended to organize the bookshelf, his breath warm against her ear. You are going to crack, he whispered. She elbowed him gently. No words. He laughed, a low, delighted sound. That is the most you have given me all day. He started following her from room to room, not bothering to hide it. Bathroom door. He leaned against the frame, inspecting his nails. Bedroom. He sprawled across the foot of the bed while she folded laundry, watching her with half-lidded eyes. You know, he mused, silence is not actually a punishment if I am the one who has to look at you the whole time. She folded a shirt aggressively. I mean it. He sat up suddenly sincere. You could be screaming at me and I had still rather that than this. At least then I had. Now you still care enough to yell. Her hands posed on a pillowcase. Almost. Hyunjin saw it. He crawled across the bed and wrapped his arms around her waist from behind, hooking his chin over her shoulder again. Come on, he breathed. Just one word, and I will make us the fanciest reservation you have ever seen. I will grovel, I will write you a sonnet. She pursed her lips. A bad one, he continued. I am talking really bad, rhyming hard with fought bad. The corner of her mouth twitched. She catch herself and forced it flat. He felt the micro movement against his cheek. Ah, he whispered, there she is. The breaking point came at 11:47 p.m. She was in bed, facing away from him, the blanket pulled to her chin. The lamp was off. She had thought he had finally run out of energy. She was wrong. The mattress dipped as he climbed in behind her. She felt the heat of him before the touch. His chest pressing against her back, his arms sliding over her waist. He did not speak. He just held her. Then his fingers started moving, not anywhere she had have to stop him, just over her shirt, tracing idle paths along her ribs, her stomach, the tip of her hip, feather-light, deliberate. The kind of touch that said, I know every inch of you. She squeezed her eyes shut. His thumb swept back and forth across the waistband of her short, slow, patient. You can stay silent forever if you want, he murmured against her hair. I will still be right there. His fingers trailed lower, brushing the sensitive skin just above her hip bone, not crossing line, just lingering. Yen breathed casually. Hyunjin paused, then he smiled. She could hear it in his voice. Oh, he said softly, there is that sound I have been looking for. He traced the same path again, slower, her hands twisted in the sheets. You know, he whispered, his lips brushing her ear. If you just said my name, I had stopped, or I would not. Your choice. Another pause, her hips shifted involuntarily, and the dam broke. Hyunjin, she gasped, her voice cracking from 3 days of disuse. You are impossible. He laughed, bright, victorious, so genuinely happy that she almost forgot to be angry. He rolled her toward him, cupping her face in both the hands. There you are, he said softly, brushing his thumb across her lower lip. Hi, wife. She glared at him. It was undercut entirely by the flush spreading across her cheeks. You are still in trouble, she managed. I know, he pressed his forehead to hers, but you are talking to me. She exhaled a long, shaky breath that carried 3 days of loneliness and stubbornness with it. She hit his chest weakly, a meaningless thumb, and he caught her hand and kissed her knuckles one by one. I am sorry, he said, and this time there was nothing playful in it, just the weight of someone who had spent 72 hours missing his best friend. I will do better, I promise. Ian looked at him, his earnest eyes, his messy hair, the small smile he was trying not to weaponize, and she felt the rest of her anger dissolve like morning frost. You are making the reservation, she said. Of course, you are writing me a sonnet at a tribal one. I already have 3 drafts. She almost smiled, almost, and you are sleeping on the couch for one night. Hyunjin's face fell dramatically. One night? Don't push it. He sighed like a man accepting exile to Siberia, then pulled her close anyway, tucking her head under his chin. Fine, he murmured into her ear, but I am holding you until you fall asleep. That is not negotiable. Yen closed her eyes. His heart was steady under her ear. His finger had found her waist again, just resting there now, warm and certain. Hyunjin, she whispered after a minute, I miss you too. His arms tightened around her, and in the dark she felt him smile against her hair. The silent treatment was officially over. Thank you everyone for watching my first video. I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more amazing videos coming soon. Thank you.